participate and do what we need to finish it up today. So yeah, thank you everyone for joining, and let's get on with the session. So first, this is the kind of different segments that are there. First, I'll be talking about the ranking system. Scalping, I'll keep it for the last. I don't want you to misled by the fact that scalping is easy and it is going to give you great profit and all. So I'll keep scalping for the end. So main part is the ranking, then the strategies, then the options, and then scalping. Let's put it in that way. Uh, just to confirm, you are able to see my this ranking system and scalping this subsection wala slide.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Perfect. So this is how we'll be doing it, and so let me get on with the ranking thing right away. So okay, I think this is some of you would have seen, but anyway. So the point is, what we are trying to build it over here is that we are trying to bring probability in our favor. We are trying to see if we can, let's say, if it a choice of betting, we like to bet on the horse which is looking much more fitter and much more stronger and things like that to win the race. So it is all about. So what are the factors that we'll be looking at if you are kind of looking at a horse race? You'll be looking at the jockey, you'll be looking at the horse, the condition of the horse, and how track record it has, and things like that. So similarly, let's say in the trading, what we are trying to look at first and foremost, like it is not something to do with investment. What we are going to discuss in all this thing, it is all about trading. The trading can be a day, intraday, 1 hour, 10 minutes. It can be 2 days, 3 days, and things like that. But this is all exactly I'll be kind of not talking about. So less of investment, but yes, the similar techniques can be used for investment and swing trading and things like that. But it is more about trading and let's say position ek do din ke liye. I do not carry anything more than a day or two kind of thing. And so basically what I will be trying to let you know, my experience of trading in stocks which are in momentum, which are in trend, and how exactly we can catch them up. Okay, so these are only probabilities. There is no guarantee, there is no safety net. People who were part of my live trading group, they know that there are times the best of the stock do not carry on the momentum they ought to be having, and there are times the rest of the stocks do kind of go on, which we had expected. So basically the point is, it is all about the numbers of playing the game so many number of times that are out of 100 times you come out winner at maybe 70-75 thing. And in my opinion, that is a very good thing. And we will have losses. We will have the best possible stock for the next day might not be rallying the same day, might not be rallying after the initial run and things like that. But that is the part of the game. So you distribute your bets in such a manner, you'll be long in some, you'll be short in some, and try to hedge. That long and short will be the hedging for each other. That is one thing. That is how I kind of create the inventory for the next day, for the next couple of days. That's it. That is one. Number two, it has got nothing to do with the fact that okay, I do not even though the charts and patterns are all part of the ranking system, until unless I do not do scalping, I do not look at that much of chart kind of thing. I just look at the data, and I look at the other indicators and things like that. I'll tell you why do I rely upon the indicators, and I have my own logic for it. I'm not asking you to follow it. I'm not asking you to imitate it, but at the same time, I would like to share my own perspective regarding that. So yes, so basically coming back to it, so this ranking gives us a lot of probabilities, and it obviously doesn't give any guarantee or it doesn't give any safety net, but yes, it gives a lot of probabilities. I know, and I'll show you the numbers, and you'll be with consensus with me that yes, if these certain things are happening, they ought to be performed in certain manner, and that is exactly all that we need to kind of do. Then this one statement, trade small and trade often, Tom Sasnav, the Tasty Trade guy. I had attended his session in January, and as expected, quite a brilliant chap. But I like this statement: trade small but trade often. Matlab, whatever capital that is there, it has to be paramount. it has to be protected, and we may not have to utilize all the capital and still we come out as profitable traders kind of thing. And the understanding that the capital is the only tool which can give us the profit for the next day, next to next day, and things like that. No matter what the strategy, the moment you see certain things are kind of impact your capital, try to kind of take those away. Certain elements will always, is like no virus. You have a computer setup, some virus will come and start attacking it. You have to have protection for your computer. So similarly, just no matter what, no matter how good backtested strategy something is and whatever that is there, just understand what is the risk that you can take and what is the loss that you can take and how much you can digest. Don't look for any this Twitter traders, any TV channels, any this thing. You and your capital is the only partner that is going to fight the war. Rest everything is secondary. So don't lose your partner. So that is one thing that is for sure. Just keep it in your mind that you cannot afford to lose your partner, the capital that we are talking here. Uh, so speculate strategies and manage risk. Now, the speculate and strategy is nothing but first speculate. I mean to say, first you understand which are the bets that you want to take on. Strategy is how you want to take it. You want to go by futures, you want to go by cash, you want to go by option buying, ATM in ITM and things like that. Those are the things that you need to do. And manage risk. Understand how much loss in case this thing doesn't work out, you're able to take. So these are the few things that will be kind of looking at it. And I'm a strong believer in this fact that trading is more about probabilities. It is the number game. And what last 5 years maybe or 4 years maybe, I don't think there is a single day I have skipped trading because I love it. The fact of the it is not about it is giving me money or this thing, but it is like you every day get tested. Every day you come out as a winner. Every day you come out as a failure. And when you fail, your determination is even more higher to kind of come out good in the next day. So you keep constantly challenging yourself to come out good. So but at the same time, it is not about your ego. It is not about how good you are as a trader, how good capital you have as a trader. End of the day, risk management is everything. So manage your risk properly. There is no absolute excuse for not managing your risk, going over position sizing and things like that. So discipline and everything, those things we need to kind of not take care of it. So yeah, this slide. It says summation of all the little bit of experience that I've got over a period of time. Yeah. Uh, any specific thing if you want, please let me know. You want to discuss anything on this slide, you let me know. But trust me, this is like that lighthouse kind of thing. It will keep telling you what we don't need to do. We know what we need to do. We need to trade. We need to do this thing. But what we don't need to do is like be careless about capital protection. Be careless about risk. Be careless about the magnitude of risk. So these are the things you need to be knowing, and there is no excuse of not knowing that. So yeah. So before going, anything you want to discuss or clarify?
Yeah, Asit bhai, so how much of your capital do you risk on every trade?
Okay. So basically, what I do, my capital that the amount of trade that I do, most of the time I take 30, 40%, 45%, or maybe max at 50% of the capital. I do not utilize all the capital at one go. Now, this 40, 50% that I'm talking about, it is for overnight positions. My investment for the intraday and everything do not go more than 20, 25%. And and trust me, I can take what maybe 20,000 bank nifty futures. So capital is not an issue, but at the same time, I do not even if everything is confident, I do not go beyond maybe 6, 7,000, 8,000 at any point of time. And every day I try to understand what is the profit that I've done for the last 2, 3 days kind of thing. So those 2, 3 days, the profit jo hai, that is my benchmark. I should not be losing more than that, or maybe max last week's capital or last 4, 5 days capital. उससे ज़्यादा नहीं है. So if I have incurred losses, my risk taking abilities will come down. If I made profit, the day that I lost this Monday, Tuesday, day for yesterday, the 30 to 33 lakhs, the 33 lakhs I had earned for the last 6, 7 days. And I had no reason for cutting it down at sharp at that 32, but more to do with the fact that no, fine, I'm okay with not going ahead with the profit for the last 7 days, but I should not be going negative on my capital. So yeah, so that took away my capital for the last 7 8 days kind of thing. So which is okay. I am absolutely fine with that. And my views was positive, and it turned out to be positive, and not so positive. So it was okay. So okay to kind of finish it up. The next day, Man Nifty went up 180, 150 points yesterday. I could have lessened my losses, but it is a discipline. I do not go overboard beyond my profit figure. And if my profit, if there is not profit in the bank, I mean to say the trading journal, then my position sizing is quite low, quite definitely low. Or maybe I'll just do the option buying kind of thing. So that is exactly how I manage it. Yes. At any point of time, overnight and everything, I do not utilize more than 40% kind of thing on the capital kind of thing. But yes, if there is something very, very strong in ranking and everything, yes, there are times the day when that 2.4, 2.5 CR profit was there, that day I had gone around 60, 70% of the capital because the conviction was very strong. I'll show you why I took certain trades on that day. And whenever that kind of setup comes, out of say 12, maybe 11 times I've come out as a good winning proposition kind of thing. So in that way, I hope that clarified what you were asking for.
Yeah, Asit bhai. So when you say you use 60% of your capital, so the drawdown in your mind is about 5 to 10% of your capital?
No, it is never the capital. It is always the profit, whatever profit I would have made.
Okay, so so I just wanted to know, like, if you have 1 lakh on every trade, I wouldn't want to lose more than 2,000 or 3,000, right? So do you have
No,
a?
it is not about, okay, fine. So if you dwelling into that, so if you're taking 1 lakh position, let's say let's put it 10 lakhs kind of thing, right? In
Yeah.
10 lakhs in a month, you want to earn, let's say 4% kind of thing, 3 4%, which is a decent sum without risking too much. So for earning, say 3 4%, 30 40,000, let's say 40 50,000 even, you do not, what I would tell you that, do not put more than say 3 lakh in any day for your trading. Now, I do not see each and every trade का P&L. I see the whole day का P&L. I do not see अगर मैं 10 ट्रेड लिया हूँ, so हर एक ट्रेड में मुझे कितना प्रॉफिट लॉस आ रहे हैं, that is not a concern to me. What I look at is that total day का P&L कितना है. अगर मेरा expectation से out of 10 lakh per day is to earn around, let's say hypothetically, let's say 10,000. I have made 20,000, so 15,000 becomes my stop loss, irrespective of the fact which stock is giving me how much of profit and how much of loss. I know this is weird way of looking at the things and not so technical, but maybe this psychology has come to my mind after losing so much money over a period of time. I just don't want to kind of get into a point where my capital is at risk. So that is why I quite often I square up most of my positions whenever I see the profit and M2M is decent, and I can always re-enter. Just like yesterday, I re-entered Dr. Reddy multiple times. That option is always there with me. Apollo Hospital, I re-entered again. But I do not want a situation where my daily M2M profit expectations, let's say hypothetically 10,000, I am already sitting at 30,000. I still want to make it 50,000. No, I am okay to make it to 25, 28,000, 26,000. 25,000 से नीचे नहीं आना चाहिए. 2.5 times of the MTM expectations per day, and that is one way of looking at it as discipline kind of thing. And if I still trade for the rest of the day, then 25,000 का profit book हो चुका है, then my day का MTM loss should not be more than 5,000. So that is how I look at it. So I try to ensure that my P&L, whatever daily thing that is coming, is not impacting my capital. So my capital is always well protected. I'm absolutely fine to let go of the whole 20,000 ka loss. Something happened yesterday. Let's say Bank Nifty I would have taken long and yesterday it fell down. 20,000 chala gaya. I'll never fight it. I'm absolutely fine to let go of the 25,000 day wasted. You learn something. You understand you need to be more tighter on your discipline. But I cannot afford myself to lose capital. I cannot kind of know in my best of ability would not let those losses to encroach upon my capital level. So that is how I operate.
Thank you, Asit. I got it.
Yeah. Does it make sense? Like what I was saying? So basically that is how I look at the risk management angle.
Yeah, Asit bhai, makes sense because it's also time tested, and individual is comfortable with it, and you also have
Yeah.
a stop loss parameter in terms of MTM. So you stop trading after that. So it all makes sense.
Yeah. And again, it is not something that it has to be replicated, imitated. You come out with your own way of looking at the thing, but this is how I look at things. and I don't really at all kind of have the feeling of FOMO or feeling regret कि यार ये हम इतना जल्दी कर लिया और ये भाग गया. I never ever feel like that. It is always about you have a daily target and you achieve that target, you move on, matter over, that kind of thing. So yeah, so fine, in case you don't have any queries, so this is exactly what we need to keep in mind before moving ahead. It is a test of IQ, but not a test of IQ, but EQ. But most of the times, the emotions take better shape of ourselves than what actually is happening. So fear and greed factor and everything. So this is exactly what I had to say before we start. So now let's come to ranking system. Fine. Now, before beginning to it, I'm not asking the old participants who are part of this. All the new guys, I'm asking how exactly. Let's say if I ask you, let's say you pick up your own indicator. Doesn't matter which indicator you want to pick it up, and I want to find out. I want you to find out that tell me, let's say 5 stocks which are looking absolutely great on the bullish side and looking 5 stocks which are looking absolutely bad in the bearish side. On let's say multi-time frame kind of thing, and you want to find out how exactly would you do it. My is my question to you. If anybody has a suggestion, please let me know.
RSI and ADX.
Okay, fine, great. And
Assiitt, RSI and ADX.
Okay, and
you can say short time frame to max maybe a day's time frame.
Okay, great. Anybody, any other suggestion?
RSI and option chain analysis.
Okay, great.
For me, I use MACD and Bollinger.
Okay.
I use MACD, MFI, and ADX.
Okay.
I use super trends. Super trend that 3 super trends.
Okay.
21, 1, 14, 2, 7, 10, 3.
Okay, perfect. Now my second question is fine. These are the indicators that we use. That is absolutely fine. What if I were to ask you that tell me which are the stock which are looking good in all time frames? Now, when I say all time frames, maybe say 30 minutes for short time, let's say 1 hour, say 15 minutes, 1 hour, 3 hour, and 6 hour में. अगर आपको ये सारे charts में plot करके Kapil, your voice is breaking.
So maybe moving average crossovers.
Okay. Which time frame will we looking at?
5-minute chart, and 15 minutes.
Okay, and what if it is not so good in hourly chart?
Yeah, that's where my suspicion comes into picture. I'm not sure exactly what time frame I should put more weight on.
Right. No problem. That's fine.
Assiitt, I use one something based on the triple screen trading system by Alexander Elder. So
great. Okay.
on the 1 hour time frame, I use a 200 period HMA, Hull moving average, to see whether the trend is up or down. If the stock is trading above that, I consider uptrend. Below that, a downtrend.
Mm-hmm.
And then I come down to the 15-minute chart and I look at stochastic RSI or stochastics to see whether it's above 50 or below 50. And then I come down to 5-minute to all three should align. Like people who are aware with that, we know that if the trend is up and the momentum also is picking up, and then I come down to 5-minute to use price action to enter the trade.
Yes, so that's good.
Manual thing, but yeah.
No, that's a good strategy. In fact, I did follow that sometime back. Yes, it is good. I know what you're talking, and how exactly do you scan how many stocks are aligning in the same platform?
So I use that only for currency because I found it worked very well for currency. And
okay, cool.
For stocks, I use charting, but it has its own limitations.
I see. Okay. Give me a second. I want to let me see. I have never done this, but I would like to. Anybody who can suggest if we can clear a Word doc and I can show that Word doc to you. From Zoom, is it available? Any idea? Anybody?
Screen sharing.
Oh, no problem.
You can send a file in Zoom chat.
I got your point. I think it should be fine. I got it. So anyway, let me come back to the point that I was trying to make. 1 second. So fine. I think whatever that you said, all of you, that is all fine. But I like to kind of share the perspective that I have been doing, and it is fairly successful in whatever that I was looking at. Yes, it has its own downturn also. But anyway, so first thing first, what I have done, there are two things. Just understand this thing. Uh, Let me just open a Word doc. Give me a second, guys. Give me a second. Can you see my Fox session now?
No.
No.
No, not yet.
Okay. Okay. Fine. Okay. Let me do this thing. Let me run you through the slide. Then I will kind of take it to Fox. That's fine. You can see my PPT, right?
No.
Yeah, we can see the PPT.
You can see, yeah. Yeah, cool. So fine. So basically, this ranking system is nothing. It's a multi-indicator system. Now, what we have done is that now we call it TMV. What is this trend, momentum, and volume, and volatility obviously is there, but it's a very smaller segment, I would say. So this TMV is nothing but first what you are trying to capture, whether this stock is there in the trend or not. If it is there in the trend, is momentum and volume backing it up or not? I would say this momentum and volume will create the velocity for the stock. All the guys would know what is a velocity. So basically, not only we're looking trend momentum is there, but whether this volume is backing it up or not, kind of thing. Now, every indicator can be categorized into certain brackets. We'll be showing it. I'll be showing it what exactly that I mean by that. But what I'm trying to find out here, what if I have to find out of this whole universe of FNO stocks, 150 stocks, which are the top 5 stocks I need to concentrate upon? Correct. Now, I don't want to see. Yes, charts and everything. These are this thing, and indicators is that's the second order derivative of the whole thing. Price chart and price action is a pure gold. Guys, I see hear some background noise. Please, if you could mute yourself if you cannot speak in the group. Just give me a second.
Can you?
Fine. So basically, yeah. So what we're looking at, let's say there are 150 stocks that are there in the universe and FNO stocks, let's say. Now, out of the 150 stocks, I want to find out which are the stocks which are qualifying for having the best of trend, best of momentum, and best of volume. Okay. Now, this is my first criteria of screening the stocks. Now, this is done. Fine. As somebody said, 5 minutes, 60 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever that is looking good and everything. This is fine. But if I want to go on with a lot of volume, can I have a lot of confirmation? It is just like you're driving on a kind of let's say highway. You have lights every 50 meters. You have lights every 10 meters. You have lights every 5 meters. So which will give you every light is giving, every pole is giving you some light, but the frequency of light will increase if it is every 10 feet में अगर एक pole है and इसमें से lights आ रहे हैं. Are you getting my point? Not that you cannot see in a 50 feet away का light में every 50 feet में 50 meter में there is a pole that is there. But what if I have more of confirmations? So I so for me, my first objective is to categorize all the stocks based upon this trend, momentum, volume, but that is, let's say, in one time frame. The second criteria that comes to me, how exactly they are looking into different time frames. Now this different time frames depends upon how exactly what kind of trader you are. You're a very short-term trader, swing trader, position trader, daily trader, whatever, doesn't matter. So you create your own time frames. The way I trade, I do not trade anything. So I trade, let's say, most of you know by now, I start trading at 2 o'clock. It's a 2 to 3:30 kind of thing. Only the stocks which are having a lot of what do we say, momentum and giving me decent MTM, I carry overnight for the next day. Some stock will give me profit, some stock will not give me profit, but that is all right. But by 10:30, 11, because of ATR concept, I'll talk about that. Most of the stocks, they exhaust in the run up they have done so far. So I kind of withdraw myself from the market by that time. Now, now the basic premise to doing a trading like this is that the volume is maximum in the first 1 hour, 90 minutes, or let's say first 2 hours at max. Then it subdues, it goes down a bit, and things like, not that every day you get a stock like Dr. Reddy the way it performed yesterday, but most of the time, 95% of the time or 90% of the times it gets subdued. It's choppy, it doesn't have a direction, market is not doing anything. I do not do option selling, so theta is not a bread and butter for me. So I withdraw myself from the market and stay away, but I still obviously keep checking what are the things that are moving, because those are the stock, if it's still they get intact till 2 o'clock, they'll be profitable to me. So that is what I do. So this is the two time zones that I work in. And may I say, whenever I try to go out of these two timelines, let's say start trading between 11 to 2, I tend to lose money. And I have lost enough amount of money, like, maybe say 30, 40 lakhs, 40, 50 lakhs, just by trading this between 11 to 2 kind of thing. I'm talking over a period of time. So maybe because of the loss making, maybe I'm not skilled enough to trade during that period of time. So I understand what I can do good, what I cannot do good for myself. So these are the zones I rarely trade. Maybe 5% of the whole trading day I will be trading in between 11 to 2 kind of thing. The bigger picture that I'm trying to show is that I try to spot out stocks in trend, momentum, volume, who are there in every aspect of it. And there are other buckets also, but these are the basic and maximum driver of the engine, you can say. Correct. Then I have a multi-dimensional view. Multi-dimensional view, matlab, I'm not looking at a 5-minute angle, I'm not looking at a 30-minute angle, but I have categorized into multiple time frames. 5, 15, 30, 1 hour, 3 hours, 6 hour, 2 day. So you can have a fake breakout or breakdown in a small time frame, in a 2-3 time frames, but same will not get repeated across all time frames. Are you getting me? So let's say you're studying a seashore and you see multiple waves coming in one direction. You know for sure, even if the smaller wave will get diluted, there's still a bigger wave that is having a follow through. So that bigger wave will come towards you. So it's just like thinking like that. This time frames is nothing but waves. These waves will give you an indication how big the momentum is. If there is no bigger wave, then I'll not be very committed to the trend kind of thing. Now, when I'm talking about committed to the trend, I'm talking about only for a day. I'm not even looking for, I'm not saying that these are not something that you cannot do in multi-day and swing trading. I think you can do that, but I'm just talking what I do. So till the time, so for me, the bigger wave is something like 6 hour, maybe 3 hour, maybe 2 day, but higher the time frame you go and the higher the ranking in the higher time frame, it has much more weightage than a bigger ranking in a smaller time frame. So let's say, just to let me share the screen with you. I think allow me a minute. Okay. Do you see my whiteboard now?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, we can.
Perfect.
Yes.
Just spare 1 hour, and I think by the end of next 1 hour we will be having the proper consensus what we are trying to achieve kind of thing. So first, let's say there is a. Okay, this is going to be little this thing. I don't want to do this. 1 second. So first thing first, let me share something else. This, allow me a second, guys. Yeah. So first, let's say there's a 5-minute. Can you see my Word doc now?
Yes.
Yeah.
So let's say these are all minutes that I'm talking. Let's say one is 5, one is 15, one is 30, one is let's say 60, one is say 180. 180 is nothing but 3 hours. Then we are talking about let's say 360 or let's say 6 hours kind of thing, and then we are talking about 720. Okay. Now for your info, I have a what to say? I have the maximum number of number that you can fetch in each of the time frame is maximum around 78 kind of thing. Okay. Now let me ask you a simple question. Now what I'm going to write, it is going to be all rankings. Okay. Now let's say 5 minute mein it is around say 60. Now let's say 15 minutes mein it is say 55. 30 minutes mein it is 54, let's say. 60 minutes mein let's say it is around 52 or 53. 180 mein it is 50, let's say 50. एक घंटा मतलब sorry एक दिन का में that is also let's say 52 kind of thing. Now if I have to ask you which time frame will give you more confidence, anybody wild guess? I forget about the positive and negative number and all this thing. Let's say this is the weight of the ranking for a particular stock in all these time frames.
60 minutes.
Day, for me, day, Mandar.
I think 180 to 360 would be the place which will give higher weightage.
Okay, fine. So all of you are correct in a way. If I'm trading for the next 20 minutes, 5 minutes is good. 60 I get both badhiya hai. If I'm trading for next 1 hour, let's say 15 minutes or 30 minutes is also fine. But I do not want to kind of have the viewpoint with only one time frame. Are you getting me? So okay, technically speaking, if no matter whatever kind of trader you are, this 360 and 720, matlab one day, even 180, these three last bottom three ka ranking gives me the maximum weightage. This 60 minutes, the one that you see 60 minutes, sorry, 5 minutes mein 60, this can fizzle out. I'll not give much of weightage to this one. 55, I'll not give that much of weightage. But yes, 60 minutes mein 52, it will give me decent amount of weightage. Anything above 60, 180, 360, 720, these are kind of gold standard, you can say. 15-30 minutes can change quickly. But also the point to be noted is that all the trend starts from 5 minute ka time frame. वहां से reversal होता है bullish से bearish से bearish से bullish से whatever that is there. Correct. My point is here, what if I were to tell you, we are not going to look at only a couple of time frames, but we are going to look at all time frames. Then we take a view. Now, this is first case scenario. Okay. Whatever that you have looked at right now, this is first case scenario. Now, let's have a second case scenario. Let's say 45. Let's say 50. Let's say 42. Let's say 48. Just hypothetically random numbers. Let's say 53. Let's say maybe 48 kind of thing. And again, let's say around 50 kind of thing. Now, what does it say? If you can tell me randomly.
So, Assiitt, what does these numbers denote?
I'll come to that. Just tell me. So this is let's say this number denotes the strength and weakness of a particular trend and momentum that is there.
Okay, so the smaller number is good thing or the bigger number is good thing?
The higher the number, the better it is.
Okay.
I think it indicates that it's either choppy or in a range.
Okay. More than that, if I may say, what I look at the second set of numbers, they do not have the consensus. Okay, they do not have the, let's say if all these time frames are sitting in front of us and we are asking this question, कि अरे आप लोग बताओ कि ये stock कैसा लग रहा है आपको, and this is the voting that is coming out. There is a first set of number, the 60, 50, whatever that you're seeing, and there's a second set of number, 45, 50, 43 and 53 and things like that. Correct. Now, as a trader, what I look at for consensus. So it's not enough for me that some higher time frame, smaller time frame having decent number of ranking. What it also matters to me, they all have consensus among themselves. The consensus give much more, should I say what, confidence to me. Now think from that point of view. You might trade for something which is 5 minute, let's say 720 मतलब एक दिन में ही अच्छा लग रहा है तो I'll take it and things like that. Sorry 720 this is 2-day time frame by the way. So अगर इसमें मैं ले रहा है मुझे अच्छा लग रहा है, but at the same time that waiting period, the holding period for this has to be a swing period kind of thing. So in these circumstances, the number that we're getting for the sum first set of number is giving me much more confidence that this number I can go with. Let's say the first stock is, let's say, Bank Nifty, and the second one is Nifty. I'll go with Bank Nifty. Bank Nifty matlab I'm talking about all the time frames mein Bank Nifty ka score is coming 56, 50, 52, all this number that we see, the first set of number. Nifty is, this thing. So Nifty is neither bullish nor bearish, but let's say Bank Nifty is looking bullish to me because it is having consensus. It is kind of having the higher numbers in all time frames. Are we getting what you are trying to look at?
Yep.
Yeah, sure.
Now give me.
It is like volatility of that script. Like if we talk about Bank Nifty, it changed a lot in 5-10 minutes.
No. Just an example. You can take ITC and ICC Bank also. I'm just telling for an example. Don't go for the volatility angle. That I'm just trying to see you how exactly we'll look at the ranking numbers right now. Don't go to the script part right now.
Okay.
So let me come back. Yeah.
Assiitt, just one question. So it means greater than 50 is considered higher, or
yeah. So I'll come to that number. Give me 1 more hour and we'll be fine. Don't worry.
Sure. Okay.
So at least now what we understand is that first we're looking at trend, momentum, volume, and volatility. These are my pillars of finding out whether the stock is good or not. The second is that multidimensional view. This multidimensional view is nothing. We are just trying to look at from different time frames and trying to have a consensus, not only from one time frame and finding out whether it is good or bad, but in multiple kind of time frames. Now, if multiple green signals, these green signals not in positive or negative, but multiple time frames having the same amount of voting numbers, good amount of voting numbers, I'll be more confident to go with that trade. And that is exactly what my consensus is kind of thing. Why exactly multiple time frames, you can ask, why so many multiple time frames? The shortcomings of one may be overcome by another one. अगर एक टाइम फ्रेम है 30 minutes में, let's say Bajaj Finance is not looking that bullish, but rest of the time frames it is looking damn bullish, I will tend to ignore the one time frame. It is okay. I don't need to give that much of weightage. It's more about क्या बोलते हैं, popularity kind of thing. So most of the time frames are giving a go ahead. Okay, fine, it is looking good. So that is what my rationale behind the ranking system. And another, this indicators act as a GPS to help us navigate around price movement. So I completely understand about this price action candle, the pattern that it is getting formed. Indicators are lagging. I completely aware of that. I have no difference to that these statements, but I have my own logic for that. Why indicators can also be looked at in a much more better way, even if it is it is like this. Let's say the price action guy will find out Bajaj Finance is going to crack from 3,500 to let's say 3,300 kind of thing. 200 point गिरने वाला है, correct? Because I don't see the chart and I don't analyze chart that way. That is my personal thing. I'm not asking you, not any of you to follow that. So I will maybe having the consensus of Bajaj Finance falling, maybe say not 3,500, but maybe 3,460, 3,480 kind of thing. But what benefit that I have is that once my system gives me multiple voting signal, okay, this is damn weak, this is damn good or whatever, I have the liberty to increase my quantity. Correct? The price action guy, I have no this is no kind of no fight against price action and indicator based kind of thing. But I'm just trying to tell you, like, no, if my system, which is based upon indicators and price patterns, data and everything, if it gives me a solid confirmation, I go with volume. I back the weakest stock like anything. I back the strongest stock like anything, and there is no looking back. And once I see I'll show you a few examples why certain things work, and you'll understand why it might make sense kind of thing. So this is exactly one of my another theory. And here the price action guy might be looking for something from say 3,500 to 3,300. For me, I'm not looking at the top or bottom. For me, I want 3,460 से मुझे confirmation आ जाए and 3,400 तक मुझे solid chunk मिले, and I have 5,000 quantity and I'm more than fine. And that is my game here. I'll scalp it from 3500 one lot, 3480 one lot, 3470 one lot, 3460 another lot. But the moment my system gives more kind of a bearish one, at 3450 my quantity might be around 4-5,000. So that is exactly how I kind of scale it up. I always test the water at one lot. I never commit all my capital, forget about all capital, not even 1% of the capital in any of this stock. I'll test the water, how good it is, how bad it is. Only when I start making money and I'm profitable in the M2M, then only I will add quantity. And that is my, should I say, my strength. And because by the time I am profitable, I'll start all the scans, I'll start all the ranking, and those are giving the solid numbers. Guys, please mute yourself. So yeah, sorry about that. So yeah, so 3460 around, let's say price has come and I am already in profit and my systems are giving a strong sell, then I can pick up the volume. So volume is something that I can play around. But at the same time, I need a lot of confirmations. Not only ranking, I have few other models and I need a lot of confirmations before I can commit a lot of volume to it. And if all of them are in consensus, I do take a lot of volume. There is no denial about that. So for me, this approach of, and again, how exactly do I scan with indicator or price action all the 150 stocks? And that too, we are talking about all different time frames. So I am not a player. I used to play with only one time frame, 30 minutes ka time frame, long back. But there are a lot of time I made money. There are a lot more time I lost money because 30 time frame mein theek tha, but hourly, 3 hourly mein theek nahi tha. So how exactly I will bring all the voting base to my favor and have a consensus, and that is exactly this multi-time frame helps me a lot. So this is not only a trend momentum volume kind of TMV based system, but also we are looking at multi-time frame base, and that almost downplays the whisper kind of thing, if I may say. Correct. So yeah, so this is the intro, I would say, and another disclaimer, like this ranking is neither a bulletproof strategy nor a foolproof one. Nothing is, but definitely not a holy grail. But what it kind of helps me in doing that, trade selection. You will seldom go wrong in trade selection. Agar, let's say Bajaj Finance is bearish, the system will never tell you to go long. So forget about you taking a short position in Bajaj Finance, but at least the system will never allow you to go long in Bajaj Finance. So my point is, you'll never go wrong in the direction. And for me, I'll come to when we talk about options, delta and everything, once we correlate everything, you'll understand where I'm coming from. So for me, direction is the bread and butter. I need a lot of deltas in my favor. And so that is exactly why the whole construction of the ranking system and everything is always on the direction. If the direction is not there for a day 2, 3, I'll not trade. I'll be very, very nimble and very less committed to the trading capital. But I know in 2 days and 3 days of trending move, I'll make money over 15 days kind of thing. So I'll keep waiting for my consensus to build up, my system to give me a good buy signal, sell signal, whatever, then I'll commit capital. So it is not paramount that every day you have to trade. And that is my theory. I don't have to trade every day. If the market is not looking solid, either bearish, bullish, so stay away. Who is asking? Nobody's putting a gun on our head ki hum har din isko karenge. Yes, sellers might enjoy those days, but I'm not hardcore seller, so obviously I'll stay away from the market. So that's exactly how. So for me, direction is the key, and I get direction from this TMV method. So this is exactly how I come about. Allow me to the slides to complete, then we can have few questions and things. And this is again what we talk about, multi-time frame, time frame. I hope you can see this slide. Just one confirmation, please.
Not yet. Not yet.
No.
The word file.
Okay, are you not the word file? Are you not seeing ranking system introduction?
No.
Okay, good that I. Okay. Now check.
Yes.
Assiitt.
Perfect.
Yeah, we can.
So as I was saying, now we're coming to first what we talked about, TMV, trend, momentum, volume. So this is my first, what is a pillar. Then what you're looking at multi-time frame. So time frame confluence, we are looking at time. So this might sound a little dramatic, but at the same time, this confluence factor helps me a lot. I'll show you why exactly it will be of help to me. Now, different time frames will give different relative volatilities, and that is again something that I try to capture. So first, I'll never commit everything to one time frame. I'll try to pilot a trade, what I was talking about, say 15 minute, 30 minute, 5-minute time frame. Mein. I'll try to add little more quantity if it comes to 60-75 minutes. Mein. Agar 3-6 hours maybe wahi wala view ban raha and that kind of confirmation is coming, I'll create the strategic way. Okay, can I add more quantity? How much of quantity can I add? Depending upon the strength of the ranking, if the number is let's say more than 70 across time frames, that gives me much more conviction to go for a buy or sell kind of thing. So for me, this convergence and confluence across time frames gives me a lot of solidarity and backup to go for volume and things like that. And another thing is that it is not based upon 1, 2, 3 indicators. I have taken close to 40-50 indicators or 30-40 indicators, and not necessarily all of it is needed. Again, it is for my comfort. If I want to take 10,000 bank nifty, I better be doubly sure about what I'm doing. So these indicators give me a lot of confidence. So that is exactly how I have built it in this manner, you can say. Yeah, I think the rest of the things you can read, but I think this is the crux of the slide for this one. This is a time frame confluence, directional system. More weights are given to momentum and trend indicators. Yes, this is another thing. So I've given more weights and everything for the momentum and trend indicators than the rest of it. Yeah, that is fine. So, and advantages I have already kind of told you. It is more, see, it is again, once you have, let's say, rationally, if you can ask yourself, if you're looking at 2 time frames and you're looking at 6 time frame, 2 time frame is something is looking bullish and 6 time frames is something is looking bullish. We have the different parameters. That's something different. Which one will you be more confident? Of course, you'll be confident more on the let's say 6 time frames. Mein, agar 4 time frame mein zyada acha aa raha hai. It gives you more backup. Okay, fine. Things are fine. Things are fine to go ahead, kind of thing. And that's exactly what we try to look at. Not every day. There'll be quite a few stocks which will kind of justify the logic of taking trades because they might not qualify for strength in all the time frames, which is absolutely fine. But at the same time, we have to stay light on those days. Or जहाँ पे market choppy है, neither bullish nor bearish रहेगा, so I'll not be trading on those days, kind of thing. So don't ask me कि market अभी trend में नहीं है तो हम पैसा नहीं बनाएंगे. पैसा नहीं बनेंगे, that is okay. But the 3 days, 2 days, 5 days that you'll get, the proper trending days and your consensus is coming, trust me, you'll make enough money for not the days that you choose to ignore, kind of thing. It's just like test cricket. You have to keep waiting for the good balls to hit for a boundary or 6, kind of thing. You have to off stump ke bahar ja raha hai, swing ho raha hai, you have to keep avoiding it, and that is the game. The analogy might be little very basic, but at the same that is truth. The moment you see the pitch is not favorable to your condition, ball was swing kar raha hai, you're playing in let's say Perth or Melbourne, and let's say it's not Indian wicket, jahan you can anticipate how much of the movement that will happen from the bowler, kind of thing. It's okay to stay away, no? But at least we have to save your wicket, we have to save a capital. But if we want to be adventurous, we know what we are doing, and we lose capital. And so when to trade, when not to trade. See, when to trade, it will be easy. When not to trade, when to sit in the sideline, that is actually the should I say much more artful thinking. Like when exactly you have to have that should I say what like judgment कि नहीं मुझे market ठीक नहीं लग रहा, let me stay away. I could have easily given Bank Nifty ka put call which I have taken for Monday, but I was not I was confident, but at the same time I did not want to Monday को अगर bounce back हुआ क्या हुआ, the consensus was not there. So that's why no calls that I give. Dr. Reddy and Cipla, this pharma stocks I could have given. I'm talking the trading live group and all. Again, those have rallied quite a bit, and what if market goes down on Monday? So for me, well, I might take, but I would not like you to somebody based upon the system to trade unnecessarily. So understand when to trade and when not to trade, and that will help you a lot. So, and again, so what we're trying to achieve here is the probability. We're trying to look at different time frames. we are trying to look at different indicators. You can say why indicators these are lagging, and somebody, there are people who ask me this is a lagging indicator. I really don't care about it. It doesn't matter how much of lagging it is. All that matters, end of the day, how much you make money, and how much of risk covers you are, and how much certainty you have that you are going to protect your capital. And these are the things that matter. It doesn't really matter आप कितने आगे हो कितना पीछे हो. All that matters is the capital protection and whatever risk covers trades that you have taken, kind of thing. So yeah, so this is exactly what it is. Now till now, if you have anything, please shoot the questions. Let's discuss. Then we'll go to the next segment.
Assiitt, one question from my side.
Yeah.
See, you said when you get a consensus or a convergence from a multi time frames, that time it is more suitable to enter. So when you are entering, you have that good consensus, but the moment you enter and after some time that consensus suppose is lost, is that something which you use to come out, or
they will lose. So we'll come to that. So
okay.
Basically we okay, this is another thing that I'll keep talking about it. You always enter into a trade with a confirmation from higher time frames. That has to be a must. Okay, and whenever you see the lower time frames is not in consensus with the higher time frame, just exit. Are you getting me? So
okay,
I'll come to the trading part of it. What to do. Let's just stick to the questions to this 2-3 slides that we have gone through so far. I'll talk about the time frames and what are the numbers of scores that we look at and everything. I'll come to that. But till now, if you have any query or any suggestion, please let me know. Else we can go to the next slide.
So Assiitt, you mean to say when you are entering into a trade today, it is purely based on the confirmations from the previous day, right?
No, the same day.
Same day, okay. Meaning if it is 60 minutes and more than that, okay, yeah, got it.
30 minutes, let's say.
Yeah.
So this is good enough for me. This is definitely good enough for me to test the water. I can always take 1 lot, 2 lot. See, I had carried Dr. Reddy total of quantity around 6,000 quantity day before yesterday. You think I would have taken Dr. Reddy 6,000 quantity all at one go? Definitely not. I'll scalp it. I'll stagger it in a manner, and I'll only try to buy at the strength. I would like to buy Dr. Reddy, let's say 4,800 hai. At 4,800, my quantity might be 3 lots, 4 lots kind of thing. By the time it goes to, let's say 4,850, my quantity might have got, let's say double maybe. Let's say 4 lots to say 8 lots or 12 lots maybe. The moment it goes to 4,880 kind of thing, it will increase. 4,900, it will increase more. So my point is but the fact of the matter, by the time you can always say you're buying something that is costly. But again, for me, it is a number that I'm making. There's a 4,900 I made it at 51. 200 point मैंने निकाला. So that is what matters to me. It doesn't matter मैं 4,800 में buy किया हूँ या 4,900 में buy किया हूँ. I would always buy premium. I'll always buy strength and sell it higher. Sell something which is costly and buy something which is costly and sell it something which is even more costlier. So that is how exactly you try to. So I'll not never ever. This is a basic mistake people do. So let's say Dr. Reddy we bought at 4,800, right? It goes to 4750, people buy more. 4,700 people will buy more. I never do that. I try to cut down my positions, but the moment it is 4,760 and my ranking is going down, I'll be out of the trade. So I'll always increase my quantity on strength. I'll never increase my quantity on weakness. The moment you do that, you're already on a losing trade. So one more takeaway from before we even start, never ever add quantity to your losing stocks. Always add quantity to your winning stocks. I hope I made that point clear. If you have any doubt, you can let me know. That's what I meant.
Right. So normally we tend to buy more when there is a dip, right? So
dip. See, dip on strength is fine, but increment of weakness is not fine.
Okay.
अगर 4,800 is my strength, 4,850 होना चाहिए, 4,840 होना चाहिए. अगर 4,750 हो गया, that means the strength is reducing. So when the strength is reducing, my ranking will show up, and I'll not add quantity over there. Okay. I'll come to the slide, and I think that will be more clear. But till now, if you have any questions, please let me know.
Yeah, sir. Mandar here.
Yeah, Mandar, tell me.
Suppose we bought a share of 500 for 500 rupees. I have an initial stop loss according to the price action is 450. Okay, got it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you said if it is going to 550, I'll add more quantities.
Yes.
But do I need to trail the stop loss or to 480 or 500? But my price action says that 450 is a initial. That means I'm just fearful that my stop loss will get hit if I am going to trail the stop loss. I'm not comfortable in trailing the stop losses.
Okay, there are two things. The trade that I did for Dr. It is 6,000 quantity or 8,000 quantity. I did not have a stop loss because I was damn sure it is going up. Correct. Now there are two things. A, how much of surety you have. How much, like, it doesn't matter which system that you use.
Yeah.
If a system is giving, see, there are 2-3 ways of looking at strength. Strength, very much strength, and exceptionally good strength kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I will not have stop losses for the first two category. For the last category, I'll have stop loss.
Okay.
So it depends upon the quality of the stock that you have selected.
Okay.
Right.